Hello, people. My name is Kali Boss. The only boss. Wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew ho. Very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send. It's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Abeka Group of Companies and Sammy Flex TV presents September to Remember. And in September to Remember, Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. ATM wakonya na oni yako Dubai. Na wako shewe nisu adie. Na fe ya sansu adie ni abo. Na yebeko tour places biti se Desert Safari, Dubai Frame, Atlantics Water Park, Dubai City Tour. Na fe yacht party nsu tietia. Na ya sansu party in the cloud. ATM ayen komani ye mekanchiro. Da be ya September to Remember. Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Na yebasu 24th September. Dikosi 29th September. Annie. Enti for any reservation. Anasen chirichirimu bia. Any fresa huma true for we. 0243 514732. Ana plus 971 559 494061. Proudly sponsored by Sankofa Restaurant, Taste Africa, Ohineba Jimai TV, NFA, Edike Media. September to Remember Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Ebeye kikim.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Sugar level, check it, check it, check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Another time for us to look at what is happening in our industry, to correct them, to look for solutions, and again to add up to our wins. That time is here once again on Sammy Flex TV on a platform called Showbiz Daily. Showbiz Daily comes your way every weekday, Mondays throughout to Friday, 7 p.m. As much as everything is okay, we come your way to give you all that you need before we proceed. And I'm here with my charges. The guys are seated, the movers and shakers of the industry, the rockers. They are seated for us to do our thing. Roland Amate is already in your shots. Shagzi, digital communicator, man like Sam, our Nigerian brother who is also a drummer, is also in the building. Last week he was missing in action. I heard he went to Nigeria to go for some juju. So as he sits here, he's fortified. He's fortified like never before. And of course, Intim Dodu Solomon, aka Chemo, is also in the building. When we sit like this, then you know that we have a task to take care of. Ladies and gentlemen, join us and let's do this. Now, let me also say thanks to Digital Rasta Currency on camera, Rich Flex, editor, director of the show. Tap Tap Send is also here, and you should know that if it is money you want to send from abroad to Ghana, use Tap Tap Send and that will be okay. Again, you have to make sure you are preparing to join us to Dubai, September to Remember in Dubai. It is something that you don't have to be left out. Just call me, 1900 USD, be part of it for a 1 week stay, 24th through to 29th. It is going to be party after party. Do this and grow in peace, not in pieces. So in the studio, we are going to look at some of the stories that are making headlines in our showbiz industry, and we are looking at the pertinent ones and not the petty ones, because I don't want us to be petty on some issues. Let's see if we can start with a statement from Fameye. I think for some time Fameye has found his voice. Now Fameye can't keep quiet. I don't know if he is the one behind all these stories, or behind all these tweets, or maybe someone is speaking through him. I'm not too sure, but I want to believe that looking at the things he's saying as an artist, he's the one. And I'm asking whether he's the one because he has not been seen to be this opinionated like this until recent times. So the other day he told us about artist managers who want to be stars, and now he's telling us about how to compose your songs and which language to do based on opinions out there. Richie, let's read. No time to waste. You have to finish this within some 1 hour. So let's see what Fameye is saying. And of course, my man Bongo Ideas is down there replying to him. Fameye says, most of our artists now they forget the trenches where they start to serve the Western world. If you sing in tree, it be problem. Hey! Wow! Fameye is surprised that now all the boys who started their song singing tree, and after breaking into the world, they don't want to sing tree anymore, because according to him, now they want to serve the Western world. So if you sing in tree, it be problem. Fameye thinks it is a wow something. Like he's shocked. I'm sure he listened to Black Sheriff's new songs. Is it not Black Sheriff who was singing G and breaking wonders? How come this time around he's going the way he's going? Well, Bongo Ideas has verified his account, and a move because all my verification in your or see, I think you should focus more on your music and leave the intellectual discussion to the intellectual. But that is not my concern, as a matter of fact. It just happens that it appears in our point of study, but it is not one of my concerns. The concern is Fameye's point. I want to know the reaction of my panel members to what Fameye has said. Ro, start.
But Sammy, first of all, let me say greetings to our viewers, and let me say welcome to our brother. I think this is my first time meeting.
Oh, this is your first time meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And, it's nice to have you on this platform. Yeah, it feels good. With what Fameye is saying, yes, I also believe it is from him. I believe it is born out of certain exposure and certain quote and unquote consciousness that man has found. Because I think prior to these threats that he's been releasing lately, there was a post that he made about the fact that people should not expect certain kind of songs from him again.
Yes. I said he's now
discovered Peter
himself, so
which is Peter, and that he is going on that tangent. So it is not going to be what most people are expecting, but to him it is going to be that level of consciousness and all that. And I believe the recent post is also born out of that particular posture, because it is that posture that will make him say some of these things. With regards to the things that he said, reaching back now, many some breakdown be. He says most of our artists now they forget the trenches where they start to serve the Western world. If you sing in tree, it be problem now. This is what it means. It has both sides. The trenches that he's talking about has to do with certain things that break artists. There are certain things that artists do that break them, and along the line, when they find themselves in certain areas, they begin to forget. And sometimes, if the artist is not able to balance some of these things, they lose it. I give you this example: the likes of Stonebwoy, Shatawale, Sarkodie. You see, these guys have places they hail from, and these places, for want of a better word, is not the East Lagos. They have certain people that they connect with that give them that breakthrough. That these people are the core of their fan base.
Exactly.
And fortunately for them, they have been able to, regardless of the level they've gotten to now,
hold them
down, and have found a way to still connect to them. That is what I believe Fameye is trying to say. That some people sometimes, when they break out, they forget where they are coming from. The kind of things that made them blow. The kind of things that made people fall in love with them. So you see an artist start with even a certain genre or a certain style, and along the line, when they get to their peak or almost at their peak of their career, then you see them saying, oh, I have gained certain consciousness, or I have gained certain experience or exposure, and now I want to go this tangent. But unfortunately, most of them do not have that plan to hold the people that gave them that breakthrough, to still connect with them. So you see, they will just go and you will see them do. They will be doing so much too. But the connection with the people that gave them breakthrough is gone. It's gone. And it got to a point. I think Fameye experienced that thing. So most of Fameye's song, the people will tell you he sings Arehonu. Along the line,
I think he even said it in one of his
yes, along the line, Fameye started doing party songs. Fameye started he diverted into doing party songs, and some people had a problem with it. Some people were still saying, and then a star. In fact, when Fameye is on stage performing, most of the songs that people see them as Arehonu or those emotional songs, those are the ones that fly and most people are able to connect with. So that is the tangent I believe he is coming from. But the key bit, which is the language bit, is where my disagreement is.
Okay. Why? Which is your disagreement?
It is because, you see, the subject matter that he is talking about goes beyond language. It goes beyond language. Yes, there are instances where language can be a disadvantage. But you see, whether you sing in Twi or you sing in English, it has to do with how you are able to connect. If you want to use Black Sheriff as an example, you might be making a huge mistake. You know why?
No.
Because man is able to connect both ways, whether Twi or English, and he is still able to connect with those people or the people that gave him that breakthrough. That style that gave him that breakthrough has nothing to do with language.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with language. It is a style that when you do, people are able to connect with. That is why when he even sang Kweku Flick the Assembly, somebody like Stonebwoy who didn't even understand the language was still able to connect. Stonebwoy Black Sheriff says Yeshishi. A typical Nigerian who do not understand Twi will not understand what Yeshishi means. Right. But when Stonebwoy is singing that song, those lines are the ones that interest him more. You see, so for the language bits there, I am tempted to disagree with him a bit, but for the whole subject matter, I believe it is really a good observation, and some people should take note, because artists sometimes, even him, the new consciousness that he said he has found, some people even disagree with him because they feel his style is moving from that, is disconnecting him from the thing that gave him the breakthrough.
All right, thank you. Chamo, quick one.
I get him. I get the angle that he's coming from, and obviously it's because now he's satisfied. As we said the other day, he's not.
I mean,
if you can see him, he is not at this point looking for a breakthrough. He's not at this point fighting so hard to survive in the industry. It's like he has come to stay, and now he has to do what he thinks will make him comfortable and at the same time serve his people. So I agree with him based on that angle. When you are satisfied, the next thing you do is to just look out for what you think you can do to serve your people, and at the same time also feeling good about it. When you are,
what makes you happy?
Yes, of course. But when you are an up and coming artist, or when you are now trying to break through, I mean,
when you are hungry,
you don't have the luxury to dictate or to tell people how it should be. So I agree with him from that angle. And his thing, I think, is not just about, he is not just saying that Twi is the way to go or something. I think the basic of it all is that stay true to yourself, like how you started. If that's what people connect with you as
yourself,
yes, as Roland said, then just stay original or stay connected to your people. I think the language bit came in because among themselves, some people try to say that if you are still doing local language or tree, then it's like you are kolo, you don't know what's up, what is happening and all that. I think that's why he used that word tree. But the bottom line of it is stay true to yourself. But I think you can only afford it or that kind of luxury when you are now at a stage that you don't struggle to survive in the industry. And I think at this point he's there. So I'll agree with him to that point. But for those who are coming, for those who are trying now to find a breakthrough, I think they have to try all means and see which one will work for them. So the thing that he's saying, it will not work for everybody, but it will work for some people who have made it and still struggling to fit in. That one there, you have to go with Fameye. Just be yourself and see how you can serve your people. Instead of still struggling. When you see anything new, you want to be in that space and you be doing things and people go like, nah, wait there and that's not what we know you for and all that. So I agree with Fameye to that point. When you make it to some level, then you have to find yourself and serve your people well. Instead of still trying to serve everybody. You can't do that. So for that matter, I agree with Fameye.
Okay. Yes, Sam. Wrap up for us on that topic.
Okay. It's good to be here again.
I know, right?
Yes. And based on what Fameye said, okay, what came to my mind is change is constant, right? So at some point in your life, you want to try other new stuff to test yourself. You know, even with our footballers, we've seen Messi going to Inter Miami, Neymar has gone to Arab. So change is constant. And if you are talking about language is never a barrier. Because I could remember when Wizkid sang Oju Elegba. That song was like 90%, his native tongue. And the global recognition it has received is amazing. People don't know what he's singing. Same goes to Ashake. Sarkodie is a very big example. And we all know what Sarkodie has done. Like, he's massive.
With the Twi language.
With the Twi language. He's massive. So, I just believe, just know what works for you. Know your market, know your niche. Know the people you want to reach. Some people, the kind of music they want to do, they just want to reach their neighborhood. Some, they are looking at conquering Africa. Some, they are looking beyond Africa. At the end of the day, what works in music is the kind of the rhythm you give to people. Like Nana was saying something like Black Sheriff is second sermon. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but it's something like the way it's being constructed in a way, the rhythm that goes with it is catchy. So even if you want to use your own language, use a very catchy. Why do you think that any Nigerians, whenever they sing, they are so quick to use Odo? It's not everybody that knows what Odo means. Yeah. But Odo is not is a catchy word. So I don't have to sing in English. I just have to get some one or two catchy words I can use. Odo, Akwaba, something like that, just to put into my music. So it just depends on the markets you want to reach. That is going to work for you. People are saying Ashake is speaking Yoruba is native tongue, but man is coming to do Otu Arena soon. What are we saying?
Oh, I think he sold out the place already. Oh, I hear the place is sold out.
Sold out. This is someone that
my people have been giving me.
This is someone that
they've been giving me updates.
Okay, yeah. I know those people. So.
I saw one right now. Let me see if I can read.
So what Fameye is saying, when he was talking about people not getting back to the trenches, I was watching Portable, this our Nigerian, he was accusing Wizkid.
Yeah, so someone gave me Femi is sending you much love from Nigeria. That is Femi. And look at how he started. Them ever, as a much love, the ever respected and indefatigable Sammy Flick. Also, shout out to your panel of pundits, most especially Chemo. I always love his logical and scientific submission on your shows. Please extend my profound greetings to you. I'm a fan. Thank you, bro. I know you'll be watching. So it's a Asake sells out O2 Arena concert, and that is the Guardian in Nigeria that has reported this.
So,
just to confirm.
As I was saying, if anyone wants to sing it to you, if it works for you, do it. If it's English, it's not the truth that you have in Ghana.
Yeah.
You have so many other, you have the fancy Ewe and the rest. You have Ghana. So like, it's not until you sing your native tongue. If you want to sing in English, you also have the pidgin. That's also attractive. And talking about trenches, similar thing happened when I was watching some video on YouTube, and my portable was saying, Whiskey has forgotten his people, blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, Whiskey has forgotten his people. But at some point, this is the same guy that is still going to raise the Nigerian flag out there. It's not as if they intentionally wants to forget the trenches. We should not get them wrong.
Okay.
You cannot compare a Sako there that's probably not been in Ghana in 3 months. From one concert to another example, a typical example, Stonebwoy. Stonebwoy is signed to a record label on that. Now he needs to put in the extra work.
Yeah.
That is not. See, the thing is, when your friends are successful, if you cannot tag along, you'll be left out. You get my point? Because I want to target in a way that I want to construct in a way that let us even leave the trenches. Let us look at even his friends. I'm like, Stonebwoy there, since when you blew, they look outside against him, blah blah blah. People want to also tag that as not looking back. You get my point? So the thing is, at the end of the day, what value are they bringing to Ghana, our country? They're still bringing that. Now everybody wants to come to Ghana, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
It's the plain truth.
Except Afro Nation.
Everybody wants to come to Ghana. Fact. Everybody wants to come to Ghana. Why? Because our people are also doing their best. They're doing their work. So with what Fameye said, I don't want to accept. No, I don't want to go where I said 100%.
Okay.
I'll maybe 80%.
Okay.
Or something. I won't go 100%. At the end of the day, we still want to promote our culture. Yes. We want people to know that Chi is attractive. Guy is attractive. I get it. You get my point? I get it. So that's why I'll go with what Fameye said, like some 80%, and the rest percent I disagree with.
Well, his name is Sam, also one of our pundits, a Nigerian friend, brother, joining us here on Showbiz Daily. And I want you guys to know that you can also be part of the show. Drop your comments and be part of the discussion wherever you are in the world. Now, let's move on to another story. And this story actually broke somewhere last night, where information came that Stonebwoy has been attacked. And as it stands now, we have received other information that no, Stonebwoy is saying he's safe and sound. A report that was started by GH Hyper. And some people are asking, was it just to create trend for Stonebwoy's concert or something? So this is how it started, as a matter of fact, where GH Hyper posted on his Insta blog that just in Ghanaian reggae dancehall star Stonebwoy and his team robbed by armed men in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. That is what Stonebwoy posted, and he even GH Hyper posted, and he even added that breaking Ghanaian reggae dancehall star Stonebwoy and his team robbed by armed men in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. According to sources, Stonebwoy was done shopping at the Xbox when he was ambushed just outside the shop by armed assailants who fired at them and robbed them. Hey. Now, after this particular story, other searches have gone down. And yes, VAR has been activated, and looks like VAR is giving us a different report all over. And let me say thanks to my good brother Olele Salvador, Olele Salvador, the Deep Throat Sauce, made some 1 or 2 efforts, and I want to appreciate him for this. It was timely, it was really in quick succession, and that was beautiful. Where he said, alleged robbery incident at gunpoint involving Stonebwoy at Icebox Diamonds and Watches Store in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. And it says, here is what Deep Throat Sauce has gathered so far. That is the meaning of DTS. The Deep Throat Sauce has gathered so far. And it says Stonebwoy was indeed at the said store. Of course, I've also seen videos of Stonebwoy being at the store. Maybe later my director will be showing you that. Stonebwoy was indeed at the said store according to his official Snapchat. Now, this seemingly looked like a courtesy call or visit before his ATL event tomorrow, August 16th. He wasn't there with his wife or family. Only people seen visibly in his snaps were crew members or members of his team. The official IG page of the Icebox store shared a video of Stonebwoy to corroborate the above. At the time of the news making the rounds, I personally made calls to the store to confirm the reports, but to no avail. The store had already closed. 6 p.m. has always been its closing time. Now, okay, it says, so I made calls to the neighboring stores and I got through to the headmaster's barbering shop, as seen in frame 3, to verify and confirm any eyewitness report to the story. According to lady on the phone with me, there hasn't been any such incident around the area. Obviously sounding very surprised on the phone. She wondered where I got my news from because that area is heavily guarded. It says, I also made contacts to ATL police who work after hours to further confirm if indeed there has been a 911 call about anything related, especially the bit where it is reported that there has been a chase. Unfortunately, the many attempts only proved futile. And it says, I've reached out to members of Stonebwoy's team and they are yet to respond. As it stands, people who live in Atlanta and nearby are yet to hear a breaking news of some sort concerning this matter to verify if indeed Stonebwoy has been a victim of the speculated robbery incident. So we can't confirm if indeed the incident happened at the store or outside the area. We wait further updates. And that is what Olele Salvador also provided. Richie can also show video of when Stonebwoy went to the ice and diamond shop here. So this is our boy showing his b-ball skills there. And he is actually going to spend some dollars on some ice chains, rings, and chale. It's not easy. The other day, Shatawale was telling me buying chains and things like $65,000. Hey, chemo pebia to fee. Yeah, so you can see those ones are customized with his children's name, Jaja and CJ. And you guys have to see that. Yeah, that is CJ and Jaja. Those are his children's names on there. So maybe when the report came out, we all thought that because Stonebwoy was in this shop of buying the eyes and diamonds, maybe the people were going to chase him to get, because in America, if you're able to buy some of these things, it means you are really somebody. Yeah, it means you are somebody. Now, as it stands now, has GH Hyper said anything contrary to Olele Salvador's report? But let me also say this. Stonebwoy and his team, they have also put out a tweet saying that they are sound and safe, and that they are ready for their show tomorrow. I think their show is tomorrow in Atlanta. And people are asking why. Was it in line of promoting the concert or their show? That's why they created this kind of attention or hype for themselves, for them to be talked about or something. That is the story so far. Chebo, but how do you also follow this?
Yeah, this is what would be the right word? Dicey kind of, if I may say so. I mean, Olele, I think, has pushed it to the limit, but he couldn't even conclude whether it's true or not. But it's, his report seems a bit legit as compared to what GH Hyper put out there. Because for GH Hyper, he didn't give much detail. He just said he has been robbed and now they are chasing him, and that was it. All
right, so this is Stonebwoy's tweet where he says, very safe and sound. ATL, let's meet tomorrow at the Masquerade at 7 p.m. Tickets bio, you can get it yourself in the link there. So yes,
for Stonebwoy, even if it happened, he won't say anything about it because of the show, and he will do whatever it takes to put that one behind him for now. Maybe he will come back later, but I think Olele has done a good job. I mean, to clear certain things that, I mean, even like that happened, it is not out like that. So whoever is giving us information should do better. I mean, if GH Hyper wants us to follow his story, I think he should do than what he has. So let's go with Olele Salvador and say that maybe we may get some details later, but for now nothing has happened as we know of based on information available. But we can still not conclude. I mean, this is not what Stonebwoy wrote there. The tweet is not a response to the DH Hyper's news.
When he said he's safe and sound.
Yeah, of course you can. I can now write I'm safe and sound without anything happening to me. For the show, I can say I'm safe and sound. Let's meet tomorrow for the show. Because if I'm not safe and sound, I can't come for the show. So yes, so it's not a direct response to it. Even if it is a direct response, I will not take it, because then it will give me some doubt that indeed something happened. If it was the response, then I'm expecting to see nobody robbed me. I'm not in any robbery incidents, and let's get ready for the show or something. Then I would say that it's a direct response to it. By just saying I'm safe and sound, I mean anybody at all can say it, whether you have been through robbery incidents or not. So let's go with the Olele Salvador's thing. I think he has done most of the job for us.
Okay.
That some doubt that we may have, he has cleared them. We don't have any report at the police station as we are talking. Neighbors, they haven't seen anything really. They can't really confirm whether something like that happened or not. Now it's up to Stonebwoy and his team to respond to it directly, or GH Hyper will give further and better particulars for us to say, oh, okay, this thing happened, or maybe he made a mistake based on where he was also getting his information from. Yeah, so, but the most important thing is that Stonebwoy is safe and sound. His family, the team, based on what he has tweeted, it means they are in a good position to do whatever they are supposed to do. Right? So that's a big news that we have. We just have to take that one. I think it's a good news. Yeah.
Okay, Sam, how do you also see these happenings?
I want to believe the news we got was a fake news.
The news is fake
because because according to what Olele wrote, he said they were being shot at. How come gun is not when somebody shoots, you know?
America, they don't miss like that.
Let's go ask Tupac and the rest. So like when they shoot, you hear. This is not some hijacking of bag or something. So if someone around there said they didn't hear of anything, or the police say that they didn't hear of anything also, I don't want to believe something happened. I just believe it could be a hype for the show, or those that put the news out there, they just want to spread rumors or something. Because if such a thing happens, like trust me, we will know firsthand.
Yeah.
Because Stonebwoy is not some kind of
small
artist.
Yeah.
And where he went to shop, the Icebox, what's the name of that place?
Yeah,
I've seen top celeb go there. So this is a place that you can't just. I don't want to believe you can just go there and.
No.
This is tight.
Yeah, that's what someone said at the area.
Obviously,
this is where they are selling golds and diamonds and stuff. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's not as if anyhow. You don't enter there. It's not a Kelly Willie shop. Yeah, so like people that go there, people that they mean business. They mean business. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know where those GA, what's their name? GH side. I don't know where they got their own from. I don't know if it was a planned work. I don't know, because we know that one of those things now that our celebrities, what they do, one of the things things they do now, it is that they want to. It is a way of selling their what's it called, their show. It is a way of selling their show. We've seen it. I was watching an artist, was it yesterday, that was telling him that a certain artist from the same industry came to meet him that I'll pay you this also amount of money. Let us do as if we are fighting. So now, I just want to paint a picture of where celeb, the length at which they now go to either remain popular or to sell their shows. Say, I'll pay you, I'll give you like 7 million naira, 7 million. Let us do as if we are fighting. And the guy said, no, I don't do such things. So like, if celebs, like if they go this length to do what they're doing, I don't want to believe this story, this story is legit. And today I was talking with my dad that I think in Africa they need to bring in what they
let me see if the post is still
regulatory or regulation or something. Yeah, something like that. Yes, because this alone, it can either make or spoil the show Stonebwoy is coming to play the next day. So I don't want to believe it is a true, and I want to give kudos to Olile, because all this content is making, is it in Ghana here or is
it's in Ghana here.
Then this is someone that I don't know, he loves the industry, because for you to go this length, you're playing the role of an FBI. Let me see, because it's true, because if you are in Ghana here and you're able to make, because I will even look for a number of a stone here or something, because I don't know, it's a long story, but I want to believe the story is false.
Well,
for me, it's either it is a strategy or it is a misconception. That's what I have to say.
Well, so I'm trying to check on DH Hyper's timeline, and he's deleted the first post. That one I'm not seeing it.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it again.
Okay.
And he has brought the new one that Stonebwoy says he is okay. I'm sure they just wanted us to know he went to the icebox shop.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, because there is a hype over there.
But there are videos
before this particular
No,
news.
if they put only the video.
No, but before this particular news, that icebox thing was trending. Yes, it was going viral before this news came up.
See, they come home. Na Kenya ni de yenye mude.
Instead of
no.
my picture more crash.
I would have been very disappointed.
Oh, but why is it not there anymore?
Oh no, I would have been. You see, that's what I'm saying. That is where my disappointment would come from. Yes, for Hyper, I am
I want to even call him.
Not long ago, I saw a lady some court sermon be on him, asking him to apologize or something. I saw that one too. So I don't want to. I just want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there's something that he's heard
let
from
me see
someone.
if Hyper will answer my call. Then we'll take it from there. If he's able to answer, then ask him whether the people have been apprehended or something.
The price of the current caller tunes ring is 50 pesos for 30 days.
Oh, okay. I didn't get you. Okay. We are still trying to contact. Okay. Of course, if he sees, he'll call back. Me and him are like that. So let's see if he calls back. So we ask him how far, because for some time it looks like he has been breaking all the stories.
Maybe perhaps there's been an incident that happened, but it's not up to what he just reported. We know how some people can blow things out of proportion. Probably there may be some misunderstanding be around between Stonebwoy's team and just maybe
misunderstanding.
So
no, I mean,
who's carrying the gun between them?
No, that is why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying some people can blow things out of proportion.
Okay, that's true.
It could be the fact that maybe Stonebwoy just came out from the icebox. Maybe not in that same area, though, far away from wherever the icebox shop is. Maybe far away from there. You understand? Then something happens along the line, and people will just want to blow it out of proportion. Maybe somebody would want to get close to a star. One bodyguard or one of the followers will say, "Don't go close," and it will be like back and forth, and that will happen. Okay, let's put him in the car. Somebody can just create this robbery story around this incident, and and it will still be what there's not an altercation. Yes, there was. So the person just blew it out of proportion. But then, you see, I would just big up Olele for whatever he's done.
Yeah.
Yes, somebody.
No, that's a master job.
That was cool. That was very, very cool, because this means that you have the person at heart, and it goes beyond him being an industry person. And the kind of job we're doing as media people, this goes beyond doing what you call tabletop journalism. You see, yes, you hear stuff, and even though it is your colleague that has like breaking the news though, but you still need to have some form of verifications and know that whether it is authentic or not, because I've seen so many people who have reposted that particular report without authenticating it, and it was going. So I believe in that sense that is what will push Stonebwoy to come and write he is safe and sound. He is safe, because some people who have not been able to verify this particular news, whether it is true or false, will have certain doubt about the fact you are an artist. You perform with your emotions on stage. We know, yes, sometimes some of these people can just switch like that. The likes of Shatawale can just be angry right now and still be holding mic and still be entertaining. Yes, we know they can do that. But now, your psyche is also important to us, even as consumers. And we know, if it has to do with the way it was described in this report, an artist can definitely stand on this and say, I am not okay, let's postpone the show.
True.
Depending on how their psyche would be. So I believe these are some of the things that will push Stonebwoy. I'm sure he's seen it. He's seen the report.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yes, which is why he has to come out to say he's safe and sound, and that they should come out to come and do it. If Stonebwoy has said that let's postpone this, I'm sure because some people know or think that this particular report is not authentic, they will say, oh, the show didn't sell out. The show, people did not buy ticket, and they just want to create something just to postpone the show.
But that is show right here is sold out already.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So man has no other option. We don't pray this particular thing happens.
Never.
We don't pray it happens. But then we will still wait for response from his team. Yes, now we know they are engaged. So if they are not responding, it is understandable. In fact, there is a much bigger task ahead of you than responding to this. For this, you can respond anytime. But right after the show is done, I think they need to set the record straight. And if there is any action they want to take against some of these reports, I believe they should be able to do it.
Well, thank you so much, and we are so happy Stonebwoy is safe and sound. We are waiting for the next show. I hear the tickets were sold out, and he has a lot to prove to the people, so they are coming out in their numbers. The last time Stonebwoy showed those who attended, attendees, they were giving some free branded Stonebwoy face towels. Maybe Atlanta, Georgia would also be enjoying same. Let's see how that goes. Meanwhile, Kaywa is in the news, and the moment I read the story, it reminded me of something that Chemo has been talking about all the time, about Kaywa's modus operandi when it comes to his business, where Chemo said looks like Kaywa is really not looking for money, because sometimes the way he does his business, it is some way. And after reading the story once again, I saw that, okay, could Kaywa be coming from a good heart point of view, where to him most of the things he embarks on doing, they are for humanity. He thinks about people who are in need. He thinks about people that he needs to support and all that. Let me read a story from Kobe Simple. Kobe Simple is one of the artists who is based in Cape Coast, and he is doing so well, very talented. He's yet to get a breakthrough though, but he is really, really talented. Now, the story says, Kaywa never signed me after sleeping in the studio for over a year. Musician claims. And now Chemo come Chikewa the other agronomy. The Kaywa never signed me after sleeping in the studio for a year. The story reads, Ghanaian artist Kobe Simple has revealed how he never got signed by Kaywa in spite of sleeping in a studio for over a year. Speaking on Property FM in Cape Coast, the singer said he felt Kaywa didn't take him seriously, so he had to move on after deducing that he wasn't part of his plans. Now, Kobe Simple told Amansan Cratch in an interview, I don't know whatever happened between Kaywa and all the signees that left his label, but with me, there was no proper signing of a contract. We started with highly spiritual, and we were learning to become a record. We were learning to become a record label. So in the beginning, we did things, and I was there. Okay, I'm coming. GH Hyper is calling me back. Let me see if I can declare this as early as possible. Hyper, what's up?
Yeah, brother, what's up?
Yeah, I want details on the Stonebwoy saga. Why? Will you delete the post? Why delete the post? You know?
You say?
Why delete the post? You know? Why delete the Stonebwoy post? You know?
I mean, they say them just take some items, but them be okay.
So to them, it happened.
Oh yeah.
But why only Salvador to say nothing happened?
That's what only they talk. When?
Oh, you don't see, you do some post, maybe I will send to you. He said do some post, he call police stations, they do so many things, and nothing proves that there was any attack.
Because she there with Stone where they call, so I don't know where all they come from.
Yeah, because you can't put out such a story. That one to be hard for me. I knew it to be very hard for you to put out.
And they say you even so this morning where I try reach you say oh them be okay. Where he said
Yeah. Yeah, about the safe and sound. Yeah, be true. Then your trackers go there inside here. I see. You are the forward what they talk to you right now. No, like by now, say, but then they give you fire. Like by now, they're gonna give you fire. Like by now, you make hot. Because right now, as I see on the lay report. No, as I see on the report, I go check, say, oh, do you delete? So it means, okay, maybe confirmation or I just archive them. Well, sorry, that'll be all. I beg, we go vibe. All right. Well, let's leave it there.
As I said, we should just go with safe and sound because he is safe and sound.
Yes.
But he couldn't respond to whether it happened or not. So that's why we should.
And the journalist who also made the post still insists.
Yeah,
the journalist insists that really and truly something happened.
So something.
That's why I'm saying. You see, something can happen, and some people can just blow it out of proportion. It may not be as Rambo style as described in the report. Like he said, oh, maybe.
Okay, so let's leave it there like that and continue with it. I think I was in the middle of the Kaywa story, where Kobe Simple said where Kobe Simple told Amansan Cratch in an interview that I don't know whatever happened between Kaywa and all the signees that left his label, but with me there was no proper signing of a contract. We started with highly spiritual, and we were learning to become a record label. So in the beginning, we did things, and I was there when Kel Songs was brought on board. I felt like maybe they didn't take me serious, and that stubborn ego made me feel like I needed to go out there and do my own thing. I used to sleep in Kaywa studio, and one day I told him I've got a room at Spintex. So I wanted to move there because I've been sleeping at the studio for over a year, but it seems I wasn't part of his plans. Kobe added that although he has departed from Kaywa, no bad blood exists between them. So we've been there, and I know it was the will of God because my presence was needed at that time, so there was no bad blood between me and Kaywa, and that is what the gentleman is saying. What does this tell us about Kaywa's modus operandi? Ro, maybe you can start this.
It means that Kaywa usually he does more informal than formal, especially when it has to do with the bikini. He does more informal, because it is only the informal ways of doing business that will require somebody to leave his house and come and sleep in somebody's studio. Yeah, it is only informal ways of doing stuff that will require you even operating with somebody before papers. It is only informal behaviors that will do. So when it comes to how Kaywa operates, I believe, yes, regardless of whoever he's working with, most of them are based in the informal way. And in the informal way, sometimes it could be a verbal agreement, like a very huge one. Sometimes it could also even mean some passing through comments. Oh, come, I'll do this for you. Oh, don't worry, it will be fine. That don't worry, it will be fine. It has so many meaning. Whether it will be fine tomorrow or to be fine next year, I am the only person that can tell you, or when it happens, that is when I will tell you this is what I meant. But so for Kobe Simple's own, I think that yes, it is today that he's really revealed his intentions as to why he left Kaywa's studio. It wasn't because he's found the room inspectors. Okay. But it was because, like he said, he did not see his future with Kaywa. Okay. That is why he had to leave. If there is an advice that we will give to Papa Kaywa, in fact, as it stands, I would say he's still operating the same way. Regardless of the cries that we've been seeing him top and down here and there, he is still operating the same way. Yes, I know he just introduced some 4 or 5 new crop of artists into the system, but still, yes, nobody knows the details of the contract he has with, but I can say per all these conversations, I can say that he's still, if not 100%, he's doing 50% of informal. In our system, it will help some people, but it may not help some people. Sometimes our problem is how to differentiate between who it would help and who it wouldn't. Because there are some people, no matter how informal you are with them, they still respect that relationship. They still respect that cordiality that they have with you, and they will still do as or what they are supposed to do. But with some people, they wouldn't. The moment they get to a certain level, they are gone. They have now found a new light. They are gone. And in fact, when they get that level of exposure where maybe they are exposed to certain things that, Charlie, here, there, it is contract based, here, there, it is paper to paper, pen to pen, they will see you as outmoded or kolo. And that is where that person will also be pained and say you are also ungrateful. Okay. So that is I think our problem as an industry or as a people. Sometimes people who do the informal way of business have the difficulty in finding people who would genuinely, or people who will still keep or respect their relationship from the beginning. Okay. So Papa Kaywa there, he is doing more of informal business than the formal. Like he said, when it gets to a point, that is when he will bring the contract. Sometimes he proposes contract, but will still ask you guys to work until the contract is ready. Then he presents it to you. You can go and sleep 1 month, 2 months, 1 year without a person signing contract, and they will still be working. So it means that he operates more of informal than formal.
Well, Sam, take over. We have heard the story of Kaywa and his artists for the past months or weeks, and another one which did not come out, but I just read the story and I got a model of how Kaywa operates. I'm saying, well, could this have been another developing trouble?
Yeah, Brass, I mean, I'm going to totally agree with what Roland said, and he's making things difficult for himself, because the society we are right now, just bring out the paper contracts.
Are we also not looking at it from the point that he's a good man?
Oh,
Because I also want us to look at that. There is that person who always has a human face attached to everything he's doing. Like this not the first person saying he slept in Kaywa studio.
No,
this is about the third person I'm hearing who has said he slept in Kaywa studio.
Even if we should open up the conversation, the people that is introduced right now,
they are still
I know some people have been there. Some people have been there, but let's open up the conversation.
See, business is business. Business is business. There's no family in business. See, it depends on how you want to run your business. Business is business. It's just simple. Bring out a contract, let them read the contract, sign before you start working. And with the guy that slept, they were asking you one question, you were narrating your own history. So the thing is, when you went to sleep in Kaywa's studio, do you have any conversation with Kaywa? Is there any conversation between you people that one day I will sign you, or one day I will? Is there such a conversation between two of you before you think that maybe you were there for 1 year, you know, all those stories? Like, you should be able to sit down and talk to Kaywa, like, I'm coming to sleep in your studio, I need something from you, let us negotiate. That aside, with the way he's operating his record label, I want to agree that it is more of the informal formal issue that they're having. Because if you want to sign an artist to your record label, you first scout for an artist. When you scout for that artist, you invite the artist over. I'm just saying, I'm not a manager. If I'm wrong, let me know. You invite the artist over. When you invite the artist over, you show the artist the proposal. The artist goes through the proposal with the lawyer, and they come back and sign before the major unveiling starts. That is the way I feel that it is being done anywhere in the world. So with the way he is operating, I think he should change the way he's operating. He should change the way he's operating, or else now this is like the third this thing we are having complaints or we are having about him.
Well, this guy is really not complaining. He's only, like I said, that was a trouble in the making. But
in a way, it's also showing us some potholes in there. It's also showing us some potholes in there, because if only Kaywa understand that this is a business, it is those that will work with me that they need to sign a certain contract. If it's for a year, it's for 2 years, for 3 years, you sign the contract. It's not that you are working with me, then I'll give you the contract, then go home and read and go through it, and you are still working with me, you are still enjoying the hype around me and everything. It's not done that way. It is not done that way, and that is what he needs to understand. That because now people will look at him like maybe he's the bad person.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Maybe he's just trying to be nice.
Yeah. That's true. Because all these things, that's how to come
think
across.
He's taking advantage
but
of these boys.
I also think he's been a good person.
They'll think he's taking advantage of these boys. That's what they'll think. Now the artists are signed. If anything should happen again, maybe another news comes out from that place. And you should not forget that he has a brand to protect. He has a brand to protect, because if another news should come out from this same new artist, I think 3 or 4 that he has signed, if another should come out like Mr. Kaywa did this happened, then I'm scared any young upcoming talents you want to be affiliated with Mr. Kaywa.
That will be another ball game altogether.
So for him to protect his brand, for him to protect his name, for him to protect his good name, he needs to start operating on a contract basis level.
True.
You sign a contract before I unveil you. You sign a contract before I do this. You sign a contract before I hype you. You sign a contract, and you state it out to them that in this contract you have to release 3 albums, 3 singles, this, that. The contract needs to be self-explanatory in a way.
Yeah.
If he has done that from the beginning, I understand that maybe when he was starting, he was not trying to understand how to set up the record label, blah blah blah. Okay, that one is okay. But now that Mr. Kaywa is a big figure, he is a big figure in the music industry. He's a big figure, and what he does is either going to shape the music industry or it's going to kill it. He's going to either shape it or he's going to kill it, because there's an upcoming artist out there.
Yeah.
That will say, I don't trust this record label. We already know this discussion that is going around the record label, that people say I prefer to be an independent artist.
I don't want to go and
this is buttressing the points why they want to be an independent artist. So one, Mr. Kaywa needs to protect his brand. He needs to start acting more professional. If I can put it that way, I don't know if it is bigger in my mouth to say, but he needs to start acting in that way. Now, before you come, you sign the contract. If you don't like, go. If you like, stay. And at the end of it, if those artists that were having issue with him, if they have signed the contract before now, and he's going to TV stations to say, to explain himself, it's something that he can bring the contract with him and show it to us. That this is the contract they signed, this is just to protect his name. But in the case whereby he started working before they signed the contract, then it is what I believe, I will believe. I might say what you are saying is a lie. So at the end of it, I just want to say Mr. Kaywa should start acting more professional. And there shouldn't be any friend or family in business. No, it is not done that way. At least for where I come from, no, there's no family, there's no friend, there's no family. After we finish our business, we can chop banku and tilapia outside. But once we're in that space, we have a goal and we have a target. Thank you, Rasan.
Well, Chamu, wrap up for me.
I'll make it quick. I think now I'm getting other angle of Kaywa's way of doing business, and I will maintain my basic thing that I think he's doing. I mean, he's just doing charity work more than doing music business. But one thing that I'm getting from this guy is that I think he will only sign you when he sees that you can blow or you have blown. That's what I'm getting from.
So the first time with you will be the trial
error thing, and he doesn't want to commit. Maybe you won't blow and he will waste his money or something. And you can be around when you blow. Okay, let's sign a contract. And that's where those who are benefiting will also see that you are not professional enough for me to sign with you. That's the message I got from Mr. Drew. Mr. Drew, he was asked whether you advise your junior brother, and he said no, because of what he has experienced. Not that Kaywa is not good, yes, but Kaywa's way of doing business, he thinks it will not help his junior brother. Yes, so for those who are in there, they enjoy the benefit. But when they blow or when they see the light, they will not love to work with Kaywa. And for simple reason that Kaywa's mode or way of doing business will not help them progress where they want to go. That's what it is telling us. Because those who will be sleeping in the studio and all that, he will be spending something on them. That's why he will say that you are ungrateful after me helping you. I mean, he will be giving them food to some extent. He will be, advising them, and some of the recordings that you do at the time that you sleep in the studio will be free and all that. So when you blow and he wants to sign you and he say, nah, I don't think this one will help me. Then Kaywa will feel you are ungrateful. But the guy will also be looking at the way you operate here. If I sign with you, I won't go forward. So I think Kaywa should, this guy is exposing him a bit. I think he was trying to give the good side of Kaywa, like he's a kind person, he helps people, but you can't use that in business. If he wants to continue this way, I think he should stop calling people ungrateful. If he will operate in this way, then that thing will not work. Because I'm thinking that you don't sign them because you don't believe they will blow. So if they blow and now you want to sign them,
then they will also play there.
Yes, they will also say, nah, I don't think I will going with you. Because those who were there, I think one of the problems that we had outside is that when you blow and the money is coming, he will be using it on those that he has not even signed.
To prepare them.
You see, I think the same issue happened with the last mate thing. Because at the point, yes, the money that Drew and Creamy were making, you were using it on last mate that you have not even signed. So if now last mate blows, he knows how you did it for him and it will not work for him. he won't grow if he signs to you. So his people will say don't sign after getting 4 lawyers, 2 outside, 2 in Ghana. It's sad, but that's how the world is. Me, I think the guy is just exposing Kaywa's way of
business.
operating. I think he has a good heart, but it is not good for business. So he should advise himself.
Well, thank you so much, Chemo. Let's do the very last story, then run away from here. Our time is almost up. Afro Nation is in the news again. Yesterday on Class Showbiz on CTV, we had a discussion on Afro Nation, and it was heated. I loved the submission of my panel members. Later, you guys will get to watch it over the weekend, so wait for it. Meanwhile, our man Ashes, Nana Poku Ashes, who has been one of the experienced artists, handlers, or managers in Ghana, has also said something. And I want to read what Ashes has posted. Then I come back to my people, get their views from them briefly. Then we close for today's show. That is the Wednesday's edition of Showbiz Daily. And okay, Richie, I'm ready to read. It says, it says, let's create our own Afro Nation. Let's create our own Afro Nation. Artist manager Nana Poku Ashes urges stakeholders. Let's create our own nation, Afro Nation. Artist manager Nana Poku Ashes urges stakeholders. Now it says, artist manager and media mogul Nana Poku Ashes is advocating for Ghana to create its own music and arts festival, which would be capable of rivaling the popular Afro Nation Festival. Now, he said this as a reaction to the news of the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Dr. Awal Mohammed, assuring the public that the government's partnership agreement with Afro Nation still holds, and that the festival will not be moved to Nigeria as earlier stated on the festival's social media handles. Nana Poku Ashes had taken to Facebook to question why Ghana couldn't harness its own potential and create an event as big as Afro Nation. Now it says, citing the much acclaimed Chalewote Festival, he described how it was appealing to both local and international visitors and stressed the festival's impact on the local economy, providing job opportunities for artists and vendors across Ghana. Now the Afro Nation organization says they are taking their theme to their motherland to stage it this year. Minister says never, it will be held in Ghana this year. Shaking my head. So why can't we just pick our own event and empower it to become as big as Afro Nation? We have a huge event in which the Western world is very interested. The Chalewote Festival is one of the most talked about and participated events in Ghana. Every year, the Western world books their tickets way ahead of time to come home and be part of this event. It is spiritual to them. The arts, food, music, and culture are so beautiful for them, and it also creates a lot of jobs for all the local artists and numerous vendors all over Ghana. Can we just extend the Chalewote Festival, add on the music concert part to it, and maybe Panafest to it as well, and create a national festival? It will be good to go for a long time. Sometimes we wonder if we fail to understand what Kwame Nkrumah meant by the Ghanaian is capable of solving his own problems. This is what he said. Oh, we are closing. Maybe you can do some 4 minutes. Let's close. You think that we need to create our own Afro Nation and stop disturbing?
Of course, I agree with him on that score. But the challenges that we face are numerous. In fact, are bigger than this particular call. It's bigger than this particular wish, and it has. Yes, we know resources are involved, but you see, the basic of this particular problem is the mindset of the people that are supposed to make it happen, from the top to bottom, from the top to even the stakeholders in the industry to even the final consumer of this particular agenda. From the top, unfortunately, sometimes we don't have visionary leaders. We don't. leaders who will be able to identify certain things and say, I believe this thing will go far. So let's find people to contribute ideas as to how, let's give it a long-term plan. In 5 years' time, how do we want to see it? In 6 years, 10 years, how do we want to see some of these things? We don't have some. We don't. So it is very difficult for some of our leaders to see an event as Chalewote Festival and say, this event, we can even export it to South Africa. Afro Future. When they were, I think, sued for their name, copyright, whatever. At that time, they were in South Africa. Afrochella. That time, they were in South Africa. They are now trying to export that particular event to certain places. Yes, the South African one wasn't as big as the ones they do in Ghana, but at least it is an attempt. It is good. These are generational thinkers. These are people who have a long-term plan for the things they are doing. It is not just we are doing it just to entertain or for a period. The people that are thinking about this December in GH beyond the return are thinking for December and nothing else. They are just thinking for December. But if we want to have that drive, we want to really set Ghana as the tourism destination country, it should go beyond December. Yes, we know December and its festivities is huge. We know. But if we really want to make an impact, it should go beyond it. And that Chalewote Festival, among other events, are part of it. Global Citizen by Yanyefe. It was nice. And it will interest you that most of, aside maybe some of the equipment that were brought here, the personnel, it is our own people. So we can learn, and at least, even if we can't do the same thing, do something similar. So it is for his squad here. I understand. We need to create something for ourselves as big as Afro Nation. And that is the only way we will also be able to export it, or even do something that when somebody comes even into our market and is leaving, we will not shut down. We need to do things like empower people in the space so they can be able to do more. So if you are building a venue and you say, oh, I am building 500 because the Ghanaian musician cannot fill it. Come on. What kind of thinking is this? So tomorrow, if you, assuming all the venues and theaters that we have in this country are all 500,000, and an investor comes to say, oh, I want to do an event and I don't want to do it in an open space, I want to do it in an auditorium and I want 50,000, 200,000, we wouldn't get that in Ghana here. We wouldn't.
True. Because
we don't have generational thinkers that can say, oh, at least let's put one that can serve certain function, if not now, at least in the near future. For the next generation, we don't have. So sometimes it is difficult. The stakeholders too, we are part. You go and pitch a lot of festival right now, you have a faction that will tell you why you didn't pick Asumisi's event and you went to pick Obentin's event. And that one will also make us look like jokes, because at the end of the day, the people that are even supposed to frontline this conversation are divided. The music him, the Gamro him, the artist girl him, him. So all the spaces do not have people. They are not in fact, it is scattered. So you think the consumers, the consumers who are the final patrons of this particular event would also have certain interest to do it? No. At the end of the day, when the likes of Global Citizen Festival and all that and Afro Nation come, they would love to be part of it because they feel that one is well organized. In fact, the people involved are serious people. So they would love to do it. But when you do that show at the National Theatre that you are charging 200, they will not go. But they can pay 500, 2,000, 3,000 to go for Afro Nation. They will pay. But when you do the 200, 300, 500 at the National Theatre, they will not pay because they are seeing all of us as unserious. So this one, is a good call. But the core is from, like, the whole, that shift is from top to bottom. And it's bigger than that particular wish. It is just like us having gold, yet we don't know what, and we are suffering. That's what it means.
I see. Well, Sam, should we have our own Afro Nation, as suggested by Nana Pogu Ashes?
No, I was talking with Chamu, and I was asking myself, create what? What are we creating?
Afro Nation, our own Afro Nation.
That's Sammy.
Which is not called Afro Nation.
We have Afrochella. What are we doing to make sure that Afrochella is big?
That one we are already.
No, we can focus. We can focus on Afrochella instead of saying let us go.
No. So this is what I also get from him. Afrochella has seen Afro Nations competition, and it has survived. So what he means is that Afrochella is there. It does not need any support again. Let's do another thing to still bring in more people, because we are still talking about those who come to the country because of some things.
If Afrochella is as big as we claim, then there shouldn't be a concern that Afro Nation is going to Nigeria.
No, but Afrochella is big.
I know it's big.
The only limitation it might have is the fact that it does not run like Afro Nation is running.
This is what I'm trying to say. Then why are we complaining that Afro Nation is going to Nigeria? We should learn how to appreciate our own here, what we have. Instead of now saying let us go and build Afro Nation, why not let us come together? Afrochella is big. It can be bigger. It can be better. It can be amazing. Let's put it that way. Because if you say Afrochella is big and we are complaining and they are back and forth, it is coming to Ghana. No, it is going to Nigeria. It is staying in Ghana. Why are you confusing? Are you trying to say that even this is the system itself confused? Because you have Afrochella that can be bigger, that can still put these numbers. Maybe not this year. Let us think for the future. Okay, what is the plan? Okay, this future there we bomb. This year there we bomb. The next year, what we will do? Let everyone come together. The gatekeepers come together and do something with this. This Afrochella can achieve so many things if you want it. If you just come together and push this agenda. So you now say you want to go and build Afro Nation. Let us do for our own Afro Nation. When we already have something that is a template form of Afro Nation that can get to where Afro Nation is and probably surpass Afro Nation if you are serious. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying Afrochella is not big. But if Afrochella is big, there shouldn't be any complaint that Afro Nation is going to Nigeria. That is my own problem. It's going to Nigeria and so what? The people that have that thing, they say they want to take it back. You are saying no. It's for us. Even by law, it is punishable by the law. My thing, you say you don't want to take it. I'll go arrest you.
Yeah, man.
I'll go arrest you. So when they're saying create our own Afro Nation, you can't. Man was like, no. He was trying to pass a message. I get the message he's trying to pass. He's trying to pass a message that if another product should leave our space, we should be able to find a product that can come up and live up to that standard. That's what he's trying to say. I get it. But now it's not the time of let us not go and sit down, let us sketch a program or something. No, when we have existing ones on ground. I'll keep saying Afrochella because I've seen Afrochella before. They did it last year. I saw what they did with Afrochella. It's not a joke. We saw the artist on Afrochella. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
So let us come together.
Afrochella was able to fly Burna Boy to Ghana.
Oh, Burna Boy.
Yeah.
You go Nigeria self, they insult me. But you were able to fly him here. Yeah. I wasn't complaining about sound. What are you talking about? Because he went to Nigeria, the sound is not good. Even though he's been naughty. To come to Ghana and Afrochella bringing someone like Burna Boy and we didn't hear any complaint. It shows that they can compete.
Yeah.
They have what it takes to compete. But are we backing them to be able to compete? Is the market open for them to be able to compete? So with the idea of let us go and create our own Afro Nation, I don't think it is the conversation we need now. The conversation we need now is how to gather support, how to bring in people, how to go to international market and bring them that, okay, see, Ghana now, people are coming. When you bring in your money, you get your profit back. In a year, I can tell you that this is the profit we make in a year. It is constant. Even without your money, we are making this so amount. But when you now add your money to it, you make times 2 of this money. We can bring in foreign investment without even waiting for the government. Because in Nigeria, we don't wait for our government.
Yeah.
People think that what is happening in Nigeria, the government, they come later. When they see that the thing is from the movies to the music, they come later. whatever breakthrough Nigerian entertainment is having right now, it is from individual efforts, collective efforts before the government now says, okay, let us tap into it. So it can be done in Ghana here. Afrochella should, people should come together and let us make it big. Let us bring Burna Boy again and see whether we will not sell tickets. Oh, let us bring Stonebwoy again. After his fifth dimension, bring Stonebwoy again. Now he's been exposed to a new market, Stonebwoy. Sarkodie has been exposed to a new market. Bring them and see whether Ghana will not get that. Maybe this year we bomb like I talk, because we've not prepared ahead. It is now Ghana crying. But for next year, next 2 years, next 5 years, what is our agenda? Afrochella should be standing toe by toe with Afro Nation. What do they need? They need financial support. Let us go to international market and let them know that even Ghana is a product that you don't have to talk too much.
Mm-hmm.
You will sell.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk too much, because when you look at, you did the same internet with the cities. It's a product that you don't have to sell. I don't want to shake his table. I will not go to my country. So we don't have to sell too much. No, it's true. We don't have to sell because if Ghana is complaining and Nigeria that is having issues are still trying to thrive, then we have no excuse. Afro Nation going to Nigeria. Have they told you, well, we are fighting on fuel this, but they still want to do this in Nigeria against all odds.
So they've not even put out a proper date yet.
And even a venue.
Oh, that is where I'm saying. This one that I say Nigeria. No, it's coming to Ghana. It's coming to Nigeria. But what I just want to say is,
well, the last time I saw, there's no proper date on it. There's no venue. They just said Afro Nation Nigeria Lagos 2023.
So whatever happens, I just feel like we have our own Afro Nation already. Let us make good use of it.
Chemo will close this session for us.
Why do I always forget? Sorry.
Yes, Chemo will close this session for us.
Let me make it quick. And Ashes, I don't really know the angle that he's coming from. When he says that we should create our own Afro Nation, who should create our own Afro Nation?
Ghana Tourism Authority.
Then now they will not create crowd.
Wait till you turn it.
Theater.
Ghana Tourism Authority, GTA.
Okay. So he wants the Ghana government to create an event like that.
Yes.
But
not Ghana government per se, but what I mean is something that will be empowered, or Ghana government can empower some few people, say Charter House, to guys give us something, give us something that we can use as our Afro Nation. I'm sure that is what he meant.
But he has been in this industry for a long time.
Oh yes, very experienced.
Manage top artists, top.
Then I have to be careful what I say from now.
You can still say why not?
I mean, well, maybe he's not keeping up with history. If he is, he won't even dare write something like this. I mean, anything that Ghana government will come in will not survive. So for you to even start like that, it's like you are not paying attention to what has happened and what is happening. So that one is even a non-starter. I mean, what event in Africa was bigger than Panafest? Panafest was the idea of Ifwa Sunderland. Pan-African History Festival. It was big. 92. I was so young, but I was hearing about it. Even that time there was no internet, but I will hear it on radio.
Graphic showbiz.
Panafest.
I was reading mine from there.
And where is it now? After giving it to the government, it is no more. In fact, they are trying to bring it up again. I've seen Panafest 2023, but you can't hear anything about it. This thing was huge in 1992, about 31 years ago. And now you are talking, let us create our own Afrochella. No, let us create our own way of raking more money from Ghana. That's what he is trying to say. This Afro Nation that you want to compete with and you want Ghana government to create one that can compete with. It was not done by Nigerian government. It was a vision of two Nigerians, Obisika and Smith.
Yeah.
Individuals.
Yes. It's an individual thing. And so if we bring government in, it's a non-starter. You don't even have to start the conversation. You don't have to start. It's like, as I said, like the evangelist doing to Nana Mamak Brown. You say, take care of this guy, but me, I can't.
Yeah.
Like you are always pointing finger who should do what, but you are sitting there not doing anything. You can put it out there and say that anybody who has the vision and you think that you can organize events and it will thrive in this country, come up with something that can compete with Afro Nation. That one fine, it's business, so anybody at all can do it. But if you say the government should do it, it's a non-starter. In fact, don't even think about it because it will not work. It will just be a room for people to be corrupt and take whatever they think they deserve. That's what has happened in many years. So we don't even have to go there. Then he mentioned Chalewate and others doing well but still competing with the government. Yes, because Chalewate is an individual thing. They do it in their own way. So if it is not thriving, it's also coming from them. You don't need anybody's support to do whatever you have to do. People will come on board if they think that you are succeeding, because everybody wants to associate with the good thing.
Yeah.
Afro Nation is thriving because people think that is good. Ghana government were willing to sign contract with them. Why? Because of what? Because it's a good product. That's it. So if you are a Ghanaian or whoever, and you can also create a good product that can compete Afro Nation, Ghana government will come and sign 5 years or even 10 years with you. It's not about let us create our own. So it's a non-starter conversation for me. I think he shouldn't even have put something like that down. Let us know who should start what. So we should just move on with our life. If any business person will see the interest in there, you can jump in. It's not about let us start BR. It's about the interest, and then whoever is going in there can make their money. That's all.
Well, so Nana Poku Ashes and his people, this is the message from my people here on Sammy Flex TV Showbiz Daily. And guys, I want to say thanks so much for joining us for today's edition. Special thanks to Intim Dodu Solomon, online manager, Flex Entertainment Limited. And if you have any digital problems, distribution, monetization, whatever, Intim Dodu Digital Solutions will take care of you. If you want to go to court to Intim Dodu Legal Solutions, will lead you to court. Our brother Sam is also here. He's a drummer. He has been joining us here on the show on Wednesdays. Remember, he is from one of our favorite countries, Nigeria. Yeah, just so you know. And he is an observer and a watcher of our industry here in Ghana as well as in Nigeria. And Roland Amate is also digital communicator for Shagzy. And you guys should start boarding Shagzy. Start ordering Shagzy. Let them hail you around so you can be fine. Special thanks to the production team, Digital Rasta. He's also called Currency, who is on camera, and to Richie Flex, editor director of the show. My name is Sammy Flex. If you love this, just as I read a message from someone who is really loving our content, and if not subscribed, then it means you are really not showing love. If you love it, subscribe to us and let's do more. And again, share your opinion, share your comments. We operate an open door policy. As much as you are not coming to attack and abuse anybody, feel free. Now all the abusers are dying gradually. We've seen them dying gradually, so you are not seeing the abuse again. The rest are the real guys. See you guys in my next video. I'm out of here.